and a very good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Mosby and thank you for joining us for Monday Makers. This is a little bit weird, isn't it? The new schedule, we're all kind of getting used to it, but I think actually loads of you are loving the new schedule so far, so good. And we are here, of course, not just for the hour this evening, for a full 2 hours. For those of you who've just tuned in and you're thinking, oh yeah, Craft Vault, just an hour, isn't it? No, 2 hours, Monday Makers. And this is all about actually looking at some of your favourite products, I think over the course of the last week or so, and bringing you lots of great demos in the 2 hours too. Just as a bit of a highlight from me, we've got something back in stock, which I think you are going to absolutely love, which I'll tell you about in just a little bit. We've also got an amazing collection, which I haven't seen just yet, which I know was launched last week, which proved ever so popular. And another collection from Sarah's Signature Collection, which again, I haven't seen actually in the flesh. So I'm hugely looking forward to everything that we've got on the show over the course of the next couple of hours. And well, with me for the next 2 hours over this crafty journey, it's the one and only, looking very bright over the other side of the studio, Mr. Craig Laird. Look at your top over there. Super bright.
No, although I do have to say, you've just said before we've gone live, on your screen, it looks orange.
Yeah.
Like I had on the other day. It's not, it's bright red.
It is bright red.
But it's just the way that it's coming across on the screen. So I was orange the other day. I am in red today. So I thought we'll go with the Monday Makers theme as well. So yeah, really looking forward to it. It's been a strange day, but a good day. You know, when you're getting used to all the new hours and the changes and that. So it's been fine. Really looking forward to doing Monday Makers at night time, obviously night time here in the UK. So yeah, I'm ready to go for the next couple of hours. Don't know if Ben is. Are you?
Yeah, I think so. Just don't, Johnny, whatever you do, remember we're on for 2 hours. So when it gets to 8 o'clock, don't, you know, like press the stop button and pack everything up. He'll be out the door 1 minute past 8. He'll be gone. But no, we are here for the next couple of hours. Who's in with us? Let us know if you're watching. Howie says, good evening from Northern Ireland. Deborah Spencer says, hello from Texas. Hello, Deborah. Mary Pat 1000. Hello again, everyone from Montana. And Patricia Watling on Facebook says, wahoo! I can watch this live at 11 a.m. here. Yippee, so happy. Hello, CTV, Ben and everyone. Hi, Patricia. Lovely to have you with us. And let us have a look at this absolutely mammoth bumper collection back in stock. This is why I'm so looking forward to this show, is the fact that a lot of the goodies that we've got, I thought had sold out, that we didn't have them, but we do have them in the studio live for the Sarah Signature Caring Thoughts collection. And this is just amazing. Sold out on launch, but it did sell out on launch, didn't it? Yeah, but look at this. You are going to get in this collection so much. It is really, really gorgeous. And I think the whole thing about this particular collection is that you can make cards just to say. Do you know what? I think that was the whole kind of thought behind it, wasn't it? That you can kind of put these cards together, not for kind of any specific, you know, birthday or anniversary. I mean, you can use it for that. Absolutely you can. But it's a collection which just allows you to say things like, you are in my thoughts. That's the second die that you're going to get within this collection. Then you've got some beautiful die collections in here as well. So this one here is your layered butterfly. So 5 dies to be able to layer up this absolutely beautiful butterfly. That you got the foliage in there too. Again, is all about the beautiful butterflies and roses. Once again here, that gorgeous layered rose. 5 dies included in that mini collection. Then on top of that, you've got your With Love and Friendship die. I mean, again, this is absolutely gorgeous because you've got that lovely frame and then you've got the ability to pop in the different sentiments within that collection. Then we're on to the stamps that you've got. This here is always in my thoughts. And again, this is kind of what this collection is all about, telling somebody that you're in their thoughts. You're always in my thoughts. May good cheer and comfort surround you. There's loads in there, absolutely gorgeous for kind of every single kind of occasion, if you like. And then you've got a second set here once again, which is With a Grateful Heart. So warm wishes, especially for you. You are amazing. Cards, again, as we've said, that you're going to make just because you want to kind of make somebody feel happy. Maybe someone who's been a bit down in the dumps recently with everything which is going on. You have got this collection which is going to allow you to create cards just because. But then also within this collection, you've got your cut and emboss folder, this filigree border, which is absolutely stunning. Then on top of that, you have got another cut and emboss folder. Look at that butterfly swirls, and look how clever this is, that you can actually cut out the butterfly there, leave it in just to have those wings popping out of the actual frame itself. Looks absolutely stunning. Then on top of that, you are also going to get this gorgeous metal die floral decoupage with your 6x6 topper pad included as well. So as you can see here, you've got the dies to be able to cut out the decoupage pieces from the pad to be able to create, if I just tip that there, you can see that gorgeous layered effect of that beautiful decoupage. Not only that, but we've then got this next set, again, all about creating that floral decoupage, the dies cutting out the beautiful decoupage pieces. And again, it's decoupage made easy because it's all, well, it's all kind of self-explanatory really, but then again, you've got all of the numbers on there kind of helping you in the right direction. But then that is not all, because we're also going to throw in brads. Your colour brads are in this collection. You're also going to get this gorgeous organza ribbon included too. The colours are phenomenal. And then on top of that, if that wasn't enough, you've got, I mean seriously, this is just too much. You've got your 12x12 vellum pad. I mean, boy, oh boy, how gorgeous is this? Vellum is just so usable, so versatile. And the great thing about this collection is the vellum paper pad that you've got here, of course, matches up beautifully with the 12x12 paper pad, which I'll just show you in a second, but it's gorgeous. If you love your florals, if you love your butterflies, and if you just want to have, you know, a set which is going to allow you to make cards just because, this is the one to go for. Here's your 12x12 paper pad also included. So again, you can see how that matches up beautifully with the vellum. You've then also got on top of that, matching beautifully again, a 6x6 paper pad. And again, all beautifully matches. And if you're thinking, well, that's got to be it, you're getting this as well. The luxury mixed card pack is also included within that bundle. So you've got some mirror card in there, you've got some gorgeous sort of textured card in there too. And as you can see, all of the colours match up absolutely beautifully with the pattern paper that you've got within this collection. I'll have a good proper flick through of this for you a little bit later on, but I just wanted to quickly show you the deal so you know exactly what you are going to be getting. £134 or $182 for that collection, saving $52.84 or $63.20. More on that to come in just a little bit, but exciting news because something is back in stock that we've not had in stock for what seems like an absolute eternity. And so many of you have been asking about this when you've seen it in demos. When's it back in stock? When are we getting back? I'm talking about the stamping platform with the magnetic base. Today is the day. It is back. You've got to get it now because hundreds of these have already gone. 10% of a big stock has already gone. Loads of you twigged, saw it, and it's gone out the door. $22.49 or $26.99 is the deal on this, saving 10%. Why has everyone been waiting for this, Craig? What's so great about this platform?
So what's so great about this platform is obviously it's larger, but what it's going to allow you to do, if you have issues when it comes to your layering stamps, maybe your rotational stamps, maybe you try and stamp a sentiment and maybe you don't get enough ink onto it, maybe you get a little bit of smudging or smearing, then what you can then do is by using the magnetic disc that's on the platform, what it does is it holds your cardstock in so you can stamp time and time again in the exact same place. So I thought what we'll do is let's do a very quick demonstration to show you. So what I'm going to do is I've just brought in just a piece of our stamping card, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, well, I just need the one bit just now actually. This is going to show you exactly what we mean by getting them in the perfect position time and time again.
Yeah.
So you're going to pop your cardstock into the middle. Now, you know what us, Ben, we are always completely honest with you. Sarah's using hers at the moment. She may have pinched a few of the extra magnetic discs. I realise we need them as well. So you do get your magnetic discs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to improvise.
Shall I go in and get them? I mean, she's only doing a live show next door.
Just next door. You probably hear her. You probably hear her.
Noisy neighbours next door.
I know. What they're like, especially when they're on the night shift, eh? So what I've done, I've taped it down. You won't need to do that. You're going to use the magnetic discs that you get in place.
Do you get 4 discs?
You get 4 discs.
Yep.
You absolutely do. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a quick dry for this one. And what I want to do is let's bring in a stamp. So we'll need some kind of stamp. Let's go for a sentiment that's in with one of the rotating stamp sets. And what we can do is we can pop this into place. Now for something like a sentiment, it doesn't really matter where I'm going to stamp at the moment, because I just need this to show you exactly what I'm meaning. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my stamp there into place on my platform, which is good. So what I'm going to do is let's stamp that one out, and then let's, for argument's sake, Ben, let's take a bit of kitchen roll. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dab a little bit of ink off.
Yeah.
That's going to represent areas that I've missed with ink. So what we can do is we can come in, we can press, and we can go, oh look, it's not that
quite
clear.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So if you're using the smaller ones, and I am absolutely not knocking our smaller ones, we're going to be using them time and time again, I always will be. But when it comes to these ones here, you can see that we've got that stamp, but we've not got the best impression. So what I can do now is, because it's in the same place with the cardstock, because the sentiment is in the exact same place as well, what I can do is I can re-ink my stamp, and I can be 100% confident in knowing that when I go back over the top, what I can do is I can pull this away, and I've got it bang on exactly where I need to go. So don't think, although it's your larger platform and it's 8 by 8, don't think as though you have to use your rotational stamps, you have to use your layering stamps. Absolutely, this is going to be perfect for these ones, it's going to work best. But think of your smaller sentiments, anything that you maybe have a bit of issue when it comes to stamping. Maybe you get our ink pads, and if they're relatively new, sometimes they can bobble, and that's just the material. We have explained, you know, if you use maybe things like your low-tack tape or your watermark ink pad, stamp that first. That'll eliminate the bobbling. But what you could then do, stamp it, pop it on. If you still get a bit of bobbling, re-ink it, stamp it again, so you're going to get that crisp, clean line every single time. I use mine time and time again when it comes to obviously our larger stamps, but even the smaller ones as well. There's absolutely a need in your crafting room for an actual large magnetic base, as well as the actual platform for you doing your stamping.
I never knew as well, no word of a lie. I don't know if this has been in stock since I've been here, but I never knew that it was this affordable. I don't know what price I had in my mind for this, but I didn't know that it was this. I didn't think it was going to be this. $22.49 or $26.99 is the deal on this. Saving 20% if you're platinum. $17.99 or $21.59. That's why these are flying out the door. Don't miss it this time, whatever you do, because chances are, even though we have got a lot of stock back in for this, chances are it will go out of the door once again. Lots of lovely comments coming in about the Caring Thoughts collection. Again, this is an opportune time to get it. If my tablet was to behave, I would be able to read out some of the comments for you, but it's having a funny 5 minutes. Go on. There we go. Yeah, loads of love coming in for the Caring Thoughts. Hadassah saying, Caring Thoughts, such a beautiful collection. Love this collection, says Sally Bond on Facebook. Sally, Devon Massive. Have made many cards and sent to friends. Mary Pat 1000 on YouTube says something, but I can't tell you because the tablet has just crashed. Again, seriously, if we're going to have this problem, just because we're doing a late show, I'm going to get cross with you. Here it comes. Sarah, no, who was it? Mary, the Caring Thoughts collection is even more stunning in person. Absolutely, it is, just like Craig. And he is. He, especially with that shirt as well, whoa, which isn't orange. It's definitely red, just looks orange on your TV screen. I'm going to give up reading comments at the minute because this is just not working. So I tell you what, we'll come back to your comments, get your questions in as well. Oh, and by the way, just before I do hand over to Craig, this is the show where we pick our winner. Day one of National Craft Month. If you don't know about that, I'll tell you more about it later on, but get commenting Facebook and YouTube and you could be winning a huge bundle of goodies in just a few moments time. But let's have a look at this Caring Thoughts collection, and as I understand it, Craig, all put together just to allow you to make cards, and as we heard from Sally there, just you want to make a card just to say, I'm thinking of you, well wishes, just because, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely is. You know, with everything that's going on in the world at the moment, it has been for the last year or so, you know, sometimes you're just wanting to, especially at the moment, just send someone a card, just to say, you know, that you're thinking of them, you love them, hope to see them soon.
Yeah.
It's also a collection. As a crafter, the one card that we hate to make is a sympathy card, you know, but we do have to make them, unfortunately. This collection's going to cater for it. But the way that Sarah's designed these, not only with the elements, but the colours, the shades, you can then take it beyond. It could be birthday cards, it could be wedding cards, anniversaries, maybe pulling in some of your other cardstock as well. It really is just incredibly well done. And then I thought what we will do is, because after I'd done that scrapbook page a couple of weeks ago, I thought let's do a scrapbook page within this one here. So we're now taking it beyond. We're going into our scrapbooking. We're then going to be going into things like your memory books, your memory albums, if you got a hold of the newer ones. So we're going to build this scrapbook page. This is my best friend in the whole world. This is Carly. So Carly is, she texted me the other week to say her and her husband are expecting a wee girl.
Best friend in the whole... That's your best friend, is it?
She's, well, my bestest Scottish friend in the whole entire world.
Ah!
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, they're expecting.
They are, yes.
Congratulations.
They are. So obviously I'd known that for a wee while, but she actually texted me. It was actually when I was on air. Clearly she doesn't watch me. But she messaged the other week to say that they were expecting a little girl. So that is what we're going to do. That's what we're going to make. And what I've got is I've got some of these key elements all together here. So I've taken the pattern paper, matte cardstock, so you can ink it, stamp onto it if you want. What I've done is I've gone around the edges with some of our water reactive ink pads, so one of the greys. Just to say as well, Ben, is if you've got the Pro, if you've got your stencils, now think about doing your embossing and different inking on top of your pages, because you've got that flexibility. So what I'm going to do is I've taken a couple of these key components already done. So we've taken a bit of the texture grey cardstock. So this one isn't from the bundle. This is from our neutrals 12 by 12 texture. Taken a pattern paper, I've trimmed it down, you know me by now, I've trimmed this down 1/4 inch, so it's 11 3/4 by 11 3/4 inches. And then with this one here, so this is one of the vellums, and then all that we've done is taken the square and I've literally just torn it. That's my pirate accent coming out again. I've just torn it from one corner to the other to create this effect here. So what I've done is I specifically not got any of these layers together just yet, because what we're going to do is I'm going to pop these into the corner. I'm not going to stick this down with adhesive. I'm going to use the brads.
Ah, yes.
So I've taken 3 of these brads, and when it comes to vellums, it's all about hiding the actual workings, basically.
100 brads you get, 5 colours, 20 of each within the collection,
indeed.
Which is rather good.
They really do last you so long. Obviously, depending on how often you're going to be using them.
What about they were called brads? And not, you know, bobs.
I don't know.
No, it's
or
Craigs.
Craigs.
Or Craigs, yeah, you know.
Or Bens.
Or Bens, yeah.
Going to take these Bens.
Yeah.
This one's called Ben. That one's called Craig.
Craig.
That one's
Oh, there we go.
Johnny.
You're going to name all 100 of them?
All 100 of them. But what, I've only got
you've forgotten Charlotte now. You'll be getting a call through on the studio speakers.
I'll be getting the sexist call, won't I? So I've taken 3 of them. So they could be Charlotte, it could be Nicola, it could be Laura, it could be any of these ones.
Yeah.
And then all that I'm going to do is I'm using my mat from my flower forming. It could be your die release tool, or it could be, you know, anything soft. And what I'm going to do is I'm popping it into the corner. Now don't worry about being overly precise, and I'm going to simply just give it a little stab.
Yep.
If you do have one of those hole punches, then you could be using that one. But what I'm going to do into 3 corners, we're going to just pop a little hole, and then what we can do is we can then feed these ones through. So we're just going into each bit, and we're going to separate the legs on the back. So it's simply by pulling them back. So we're going to go in. And then what I've done on my original one is, where's my other brad? Here we go. On one of my original ones, what I've done is done it so, Ignore that train of thought there. No, it makes no sense what I was away to say.
Oh.
I was away to say on the original one, what I've done is once I've placed this one on, I've popped white card on the back so that it hides the actual brads.
Ah, I see.
But as you can see, the brads are on the back there, and then we're going to hide them anyway because we're not going to see them. That's what I was away to say. So what we can do at the moment is let's layer these ones up. And I'm going to use my tape runner for this one. When it comes to scrapbooking, I do not know how many tape pens I've gone through today, Ben. Loads of them. But when it comes to scrapbooking, what I would do is use a combination of our red liner tape or our double-sided tape. So what we can do is let's bring this one in.
Can I just say as well, hats off to you, Craig, because there seems to be a bit of resurgence here on the channel for scrapbook demos, and you're definitely the guy that started it, because you did the demo, didn't you, with the Positivity collection?
I did.
And it seems to be like we're seeing a lot more of these scrapbook demos now. Let us know, are you enjoying these scrapbook demos? Who wants to see like a craft along maybe with the scrapbooking? Because you did one, and then Sarah, she did one, I think, last week, and now we're doing another one here. So, and there's definitely lots of interest, because whenever we see scrapbooks, then people are absolutely loving it. Loving it.
That's the thing. You know, scrapbooking stateside has always been so popular.
Yeah.
America do a lot more scrapbooking than they do card making, and here in the UK we do more card making than scrapbooking. We're slowly catching up when it comes to scrapbooking, and I know you guys stateside are doing more and more cards as well. But I've taken one of the pattern papers, I have cut this down to 6x6, and I've done a 1/4 inch matting layer using the luxury cardstock, so we can layer these ones up now. And I've got lots of die cut embellishment, so I do have them all die cut. So what we will do is we will run a few of them through to show you how you can then start to layer up all of your die cut components.
There is plenty of love coming in for this demo, but also for scrapbooking as well. Lots of love for that stamping platform too, by the way. Janet saying, love the stamping platform. Fabulous stamping platform, says Mary. And here we go, loads of love for this collection as well, the Caring Thoughts. Jean Marie saying, so love this set, it's fantastic for any occasion, even the dreaded sympathy card. Wow, what a beautiful scrapbook page, says Sam. Beautiful scrapbook page, Craig, says Samantha. Janet H on YouTube, I have this collection, it is absolutely my favourite so far. Gwen Terry on Facebook, love using brads or any kind of hardware on my albums, adds so much character to my projects. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen brads used that often, so it is nice to see them in in scrapbooking particularly. Absolutely brilliant for that. And 4 Holidays Designs on YouTube just saying, this is such a gorgeous collection. I like every card I see being made with it. So pretty. And let's be honest, well, you're seeing more components of it just here on your screen now. There is so much that you get with it, from dies to cut and emboss folders to stamps. You've got your ribbon, you've got your brads, you've got all your paper pads, your mirror card and your mix card in there as well, your vellum. I mean, pretty much you've got a bit of everything, haven't you, Craig, really?
You really do. You really do. And, you know, don't be scared when we say things like mixed media, because in some ways you are doing mixed media when it comes to this collection, using lots of different mediums.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people think, mixed media is about your inks, about your paste, it's about your sprays. And it's not necessarily that being the case. It's just about mixing your mediums together. And you are on this occasion, you're doing your cardstock, you're doing your vellums, you could be bringing in brads, etc., etc. So you're still working towards that mixed media.
Jan said it brilliantly last week, actually, on our mixed media craft class that we were doing. Loads of you already doing mixed media without even knowing it. Because, like you said, if you're just mixing, I don't know, adding brads into your paper crafting or a bit of glitter here and there, you're mixing the different mediums. So you are already doing mixed media. I think a lot of people think that you have to have like a massive canvas and all sorts of paints and stuff going on, don't you, to do mixed media? But I would say 99% of you are probably doing it already.
Absolutely will be. And simply as well, by making whatever it is that you're making, it could be a card, it could be a background. If you then come along with, say, hunky dories, shimmer sprays.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe a couple of glossy accents or a couple of gels, anything like that. And then again, that's mixed media. So yeah, don't be scared. Even just start off doing what you're doing and then maybe just build, maybe bring in a bit of gesso and a bit of different inks or sprays and that as well and build upon that one. So always good and worthwhile doing that. But what I've done is I've taken the row. So I need 3 separate roses. So let's bring one of them together, and I've got a few already done. Also using the cardstock and pattern paper that complements with this collection. Then what I'm going to do is also on this rose, let's take these leaves. And I love, Ben, I just love the actual layering aspects of these. Reminds me of our layering stamps that we do.
Oh, yeah.
But now it's in die format. So we can use the skeleton leaf as well as the backdrop, but nothing's stopping you using that one on its own.
Yeah.
You don't have to layer it up if you don't want to. You know, don't feel as though you have to use them the way that they're intended. Have a play.
Mate, you have started something, honestly. I'm going to call you the Scrapbook King. That's going to be another nickname for you, like as well as the Scotty Hottie and what other nicknames do I have for you? I can't repeat a lot of them on live TV. They're all nice. But Kathy C, loving the scrapbook demos. Would love to see more. Patricia, I want to see more scrapbooking. Susan Carmichael, love the scrapbooking demos. Janice says, love and need more scrapbooking. Sheila says, love that you're giving us ideas for possible scrapbook page layouts with this beautiful collection, Craig. Absolute winner. So I think I can take it from the messages that you guys are sending in. You want to see more scrapbooking. Johnny, what was the, Oh, so one of your new nicknames is Craigle Bagel, apparently.
So Becca
off Rebecca.
Yeah. Yeah.
Craigle Bagel.
Craigle Bagel.
She called me when I met her briefly, I was going to say probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, she called me the waistcoated wonder.
That's not what she called you to me.
Outrageous! Oh, after all those nice things I said about her as well. I shall be having words when I next see her. I think she's in this weekend, isn't she?
She is, I know. I've got
she's in on Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday. I've got a show with her as well. At least one anyway, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
A lot of you absolutely love seeing Rebecca back on here, or Becky on here. So fun. She really, really was. What a sense of humour she's got.
I'm getting a little bit worried because I thought I was his favourite, and he's non-stop about Becky. Oh, Becky, we had a great show. We bounced off each other. She was funny. Oh, she's great.
Ben, you will always be my favourite. Yes. Always.
Yes.
We've got the same sick sense of humour.
Although having said that, just to show you and kind of give you an idea as to how similar we are, I got some wrestling figures that my son didn't want, so I've given those to producer Johnny to give to his son, and it actually turns out that his son might not be actually getting them because we nicked them, and in between. Well, if the bosses are listening, we were obviously getting ready for the show and we were prepping, so that we knew everything was on the show. But if the bosses aren't listening, we got the wrestling figures out. Me and Craig had a little match here in the studio, didn't we? John Cena versus CM Punk. It was brilliant. They were diving off the top of the Gemini machine. Off the top of the machine! And we were taking it in turns to be the referee and stuff. It was great. We had a great time.
I even recorded about 30 seconds of it, so we'll put it on social media later on.
I mean, seriously, you need to see that. That'll be 30 seconds well spent later on. It's special.
It will be. It will be really good. Now, what I've just done is I've layered the butterflies up the same way as I've done the roses. So I've used pattern paper, I've used luxury cardstock and some vellum, and we've done the same for the leaves. So what we can do is run this one through. What I actually thought you were going to say, Ben, is how similar we are in a lot of ways is this morning in Wake Up Call.
Oh, yeah.
Because what we've done is, because I brought my own iPad in so that we could both be using. So what I've done is I let Ben borrow my iPad, and I used our one with Crafters TV on it. And I'd said to Ben, my passcode is whatever it was, and Ben's is exactly the same, just with a different number on the end.
How weird.
Freaky is that?
Yeah.
So free. I think mine's ends in 4 and yours ends in 3.
Oh, I don't say anymore. Yeah. But the rest of it is exactly the same. Yeah. How bizarre is that? Like, for example, in the past, as I'm sure you know, we both have the same ringtone on our phones.
Yep.
Just the weirdest thing.
We do, eh? Shawn Michaels, Sexy Boy.
What?
A ringtone.
Oh, I thought it was talking to me then for a second. I was like, I knew you loved me, but come on, seriously. You've changed your ringtone then, because that wasn't your ringtone before.
I'm just joking.
Oh, good.
Saying me and you have got that ringtone.
Oh, right, sorry.
No, mine's is still The Rock.
Yeah, so's mine.
Still The Rock.
Yep. Although I always have mine on mute, so I never really hear it.
I do as well, a lot more now as well, yeah. Don't know why.
Seriously?
Yep.
We begin to wonder whether we're like separated at birth or something.
I think Ari, I think you're my older brother. It's just by a couple of years.
Aye, and especially with my Scottish accent. Aye.
Pirate accent.
Aye.
Ooh, aye, boy.
Anyway, what are you doing there?
So what we're doing is we're layering these ones up. So we're going to just finish this off in a moment. As I say, I've got them all layered up to the side of me. So use your dotty tape runner or your sprays. So what you can do is layer that middle one on top of the base, and then you're going to take that top one, and that's the outline. Now this one, Ben, if you cut it out in a black card and pop it onto cardstock, you could colour in with your classiques or that. That would be really smart. That's going to give you kind of like a black embossed line instead of being in cardstock. So that's what you're going to do with the roses. That's going to build up, and it's going to look like this dimensional rose. So I've got 3 of them.
Yep.
Then what we can do is exactly the same with the butterfly. But what I like to do with the butterflies as well is you can stick down all the layers of the butterflies, which I've done within my set. But what you could do, if you want, is just pop the adhesive onto the body. So you're just sticking down the center of the butterfly. So although you've got 3 layers, you can pull all the layers of the wings up, and you're still getting that extra dimension. So I need 3 of them, which we've got into here. All good to go. And then exactly the same with all of the leaves that we've got here. I've got a lot of them all cut ready to go simply by layering them up. But when it comes to these ones, the leaves and the foliage, a bit similar to the butterflies, what I would do, Ben, is personally I would only stick the adhesive at the base and still layer it up. But then what you're going to do is you're going to get that little bit of movement in with the foliage as well. So that's an optional that you can do. But let's bring in our page back in, and then we can finish by assembling this one all together. And the main elements, such as the rose and the butterflies, what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer with foam pads. And then when it comes to all these little bits, I'm going to layer them in using our Collal 3D glue gel.
It's just great again, isn't it? I mean, I'm really loving these scrapbooking demos that we're seeing now, but I just think, you know, it's a great collection if you're into your card making, brilliant if you're into your scrapbooking again. And this is just a perfect demo, isn't it, of using all of the different sort of components from this collection, because you're seeing the dies in use here, then you've got the stamps being used, you're seeing the different paper pads and vellum pads being used in there as well, and it just gives you that idea. Again, I don't want you to think that if you're kind of quite new to crafting, if you're thinking to yourself, oh well, there's too much going on here, I'll never know what to do with it all. It's completely the opposite. You've got everything that you need in here. You don't have to use it all, you know, straight away. But I think the fact is, you know, if you struggle with colours, if you struggle with what patterns work with what, this definitely is a collection to go for, because you've got everything kind of matched up for you. You know, all of the dies and the stamps are going to work perfectly with this collection as well. So it's kind of a bit of a no-brainer really, because everything is there for you. And the fact that you're saving you're saving over £50 today, over $63 for this collection. I would grab it. And what I would also do, if budget allows, obviously you've got things like your stamps and your cut and embossed folders and your dies in there, which will last. The paper pads, you can go for those individually, of course, as well. And I know a lot of people tend to do that, tend to kind of like bump up their collection by ordering more paper pads, because believe you me, you will go for them, particularly if you are into your scrapbooking as well. I just think you're going to have so much fun using these. And also, whilst you're there, just to make sure that you're getting the very best out of your stamping, just going to pop up details of the stamping platform with the magnetic base. It is back in stock. Lots of you twigged on this, right? So we've got a lot of stock for this, but a lot of you twigged that it was back in stock before we started the show. 1/5 of the stock has already gone.
Wow.
We had a lot. It's a brilliant, brilliant tool. If you've been waiting for it, it is now back in stock. As I say, I'm sure this is the first time I've had it in stock since I've been here. It feels like it's been out of stock for months, and it is now back. But look at this scrapbooking page. This is absolutely brilliant. I love this, Craig. I love it.
Thanks, Ben. So I've lost one of the foliage leaf. So let's just quickly pop this one together and then that will be it done. But by having a look, so what we're doing, the best way I can explain this one, the way that I've done this one, let's just pop a bit of glue, typical, not going, let's put dotty tape runner. So when you're having a look at scrapbooks pages, now some people like to do them in different ways. The good thing with scrapbook pages is, of course, you're building them up to create the memories. You're keeping the memories going. Instead of your photos being sitting in your phone, you're putting them on paper for all to see. But always think as well, I know we've got this sentiment here, but if you have a look, we've got a diagonal arrow, or diagonal basically. So what it's doing is we've got the roses here, so we've got the rose, and also we've got this corner piece of the vellum. So your eye initially is going to be drawn into the photo, that's the idea, but then your eye can be pulled up to the left-hand side, or it could be pulled down to the right-hand side, but you see you've got that movement and flow all the way down. Doesn't matter about popping a few different bits here to the side, it's not going to take your eye off it too much, but it gives you the embellishment, it gives you that decoration, but most importantly what it does is it just once again pulls your eye into the photo and it lets you see all these different colours, these themes, these designs all throughout as well. So hopefully you like that one there, but depending on what pattern papers you're going to go for, it could look different. If you change the vellum, maybe you use a pinky background instead of the polka dot teal or mint. But there we go, it's my best friend in the whole world. I think I've said this story once before. It's day one in primary school, primary one, didn't know each other. We walked into the class together and I seen her, she seen me. We got chatting and that's been it ever since. Well, we're both 36 this year. So I don't know, maybe it'll say something,
31 years?
Or, well, 31 years.
Was it primary or reception? Like primary school?
Primary school.
That's 31 years, isn't it?
31 years, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And do you know something, very quickly, is we've never had an argument or a fight, apart from when we were in primary 7, we used to sit next to each other at the desk. The window was open because it was roasting. She wanted it closed, I wanted it open. That was the only time that we fell out. We didn't speak for a day and then we were absolutely fine again. That is the only time.
That is brilliant. I'm honestly, I don't think I'm in touch with anyone from primary school. Is that just me, or am I just find that amazing that you're still, let alone in touch with, it's still like best friends with someone from. Do you know other people from primary school?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe I'm just a bit miserable.
Not at all.
I don't know anyone from primary school. Anyway.
They're lost.
They're lost. Thank you. Now, I'm just getting something out of a big envelope here because I want to tell you about National Craft Month. Now, National Craft Month is this month, in case you didn't know. And here you go. Basically, what we're doing during National Craft Month is giving away a prize each and every day. So for 31 days, all you got to do is watch us here on Crafters TV and give us a little comment, give us a little question, give us a little hello, and we will put you into a draw to stand a chance of winning a prize a day. Now, you're seeing on the screen there the prize that I've got in my hands here, and no word of a lie, I've said it earlier and I'll say it again now. I thought that was the prize for the whole month and it was going to be kind of one prize from that per day. But no, that's today's prize. We're going to announce the winner before 9 o'clock. So in the next hour and 20 minutes, look what you're going to get just for commenting. We have got in here this gorgeous embossing folder. We've got stamps included in there as well. We've got, I mean, how gorgeous is this? You create a card, Daisy Garden. Then you've got your stitched fancy rectangle. How many dies? There's 12 in there. From the Sharon Callis collection, you've got your butterflies and blooms quilling die, which is just unbelievable. That's in there. You've also then got from the butterflies and blooms, the Vanessa die, which is one of the most beautiful butterfly dies I think you'll ever see. On top of that, you've got your butterfly friendship, that's a die, isn't it? I'm losing the plot here. Yes, largest. Yeah, you've got a die. Then you've got cut and emboss folders. You've got this stamp set with the Born to Fly, and then on top of that, you've got your shutter card making kit with 376 elements. All of that could be yours. Get a comment in now. Okay, so if you want to ask a question, if you just want to say hello, if you want to tell us what you love about the collections that we've got on the show, maybe you've already got the Caring Thoughts collection. Tell us what your favourite component is. We're going to talk about the Village collection in just a bit. Maybe you've bought that. Tell us why you bought it, what you love most about it. Whatever it is, get a comment in, and this prize could be coming your way before 9 o'clock tonight. Well, when I say that, I mean, it's not going to be actually coming your way before 9 o'clock because we're not that good with the delivery, but you know what I mean. Now, I can't tell you how excited I am to bring this next collection to you, the Gemini Country Village Scene collection. I just think this is absolutely brilliant, and what you've got the ability to do with this collection is build up your own little village. I see this right straight away as a great thing to do at Christmas time. If you're one of those people that loves to kind of decorate your home with loads of different bits and pieces, maybe you're one of those people that has a little train track that goes around the Christmas tree, this is brilliant to build your own little Christmas village. I also think this is brilliant, you know, if you are someone who's got kids, they would absolutely love this, just to build up their, you know, their own little village to play, whether they're, you know, they're playing with their cars, those kind of things, that would be amazing. I also think this would be brilliant if there is someone in your life who is a big model train enthusiast. This would be absolutely perfect for building up, you know, sort of houses and churches and all sorts around the track. I know some people have lofts fitted out, don't they, with these huge train tracks. This would be absolutely perfect for that. But actually, just as a brilliant, brilliant collection, maybe it is for, like we're seeing here, a gift to someone on their wedding day. How gorgeous does that look? Making the little church scene there, boxed up. It looks absolutely stunning. If you wanted to give somebody a gift, maybe, you know, for a new house, for example, absolutely stunning. And I think Leanne covered this when this launched, but these look absolutely awesome as well. If you just wanted to have these as ornaments around the house, if you're a big fan of those little tea lights that you can buy, you know, you can buy the fake ones, they would look absolutely amazing. The little LED lights shining through the windows of the church or the little cottage there. What you're going to get with this collection, you've got the ability to kind of build all of the different buildings that we've got here. So we have got your mansion, which is this one here, your manor house. That's the one I think I want to live in, that one just there, the little manor house. You've then got your cosy cottages as well, all right, so you've got the ability to build those. You've then got the tower house, you've got your thatch cottage, and then you have got your church included as well. And do you know what, and I think, again, Leanne covered this off, but if you think to yourself, well, that's a great church, but pair these up, all of a sudden, your church becomes a cathedral. You know, if you do it in the same cardstock, absolutely amazing. And what you get with this is the template to be able to make all of the different buildings. You're then going to get a stamp set to be able to kind of put on all of the brickwork as well. And then for each of the buildings, you've got a die set to give you things like the windows, like on the side here, the ability to kind of build the doors and kind of build up the little gardens that go with it. They are absolutely brilliant, and I think you're going to absolutely love them, particularly if you have got kids. You're going to love these. I'm sorry. Yes, please, Sarah. I'd love a cup of coffee. That would be great.
I'm over here and I'm going. It's like charade. So what? Sorry, was that sugar or no sugar?
A white, no sugar, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah. I thought for a second then Sarah was going.
I wonder what she was doing to me as well.
Yeah, I wonder what she was doing, but no, it's fine. We can carry on. Yeah, $99.99 or $124. I just think that this is going to be a set that you're going to absolutely love in working in. If you're someone who works in a school as well, for example, I can see something like this like coming into its own for various projects. I just think that it's going to be something that you know, initially you'll get out, you'll be making a lot of stuff with, but I think it's such a cool thing to have in your crafty stash, because there will be call for this, that you know, you will need to use this again and again and again. And when you see how easy it is to pop these together, you are going to love them. Village Scene, says Valerie, so cute, perfect for Halloween. Absolutely. You know, you can build these for whatever the season is if you want to. If you've already got them, by the way, do get your pictures in. Let us know why you got this collection. Let us know what you're going to do with your little village. Julia saying, love the village set. Deborah saying, the village set, so cute, so much you can do with this collection. They'd be great, says Nuala, for wedding favours, and what a lovely collection for making a Christmas village, says Christine. I love that idea, around the bottom of the Christmas tree, we can get some of that fake snow, you know, make a little Christmas village there. I just think it is absolutely brilliant. That's my house there, this one, the manor house. Which one would you live in, Craig, if you were in this little village? Craftsville, we'll call it.
Oh, it's got to be the crafty cottage.
The little cosy cottage?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I'd be in the big manor house and you'd be in the cottage down the road.
So basically, I'll be like, you know, the security guard that lives in the little hut at the bottom of the road. That's who me are. In the gatehouse. Yeah. Just doing my card making and die cutting.
Exactly. Who'd be the village idiot? No, don't answer that question.
That's my joke.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you do it then.
Yeah. The only thing we'll need now is, you know, someone to play the village idiot.
You were going to say it was me, weren't you? Yeah.
Never.
Anyway, let's see this in action. How easy is it to put these together? Because that's the question everyone's asking. Everyone's going like, this is great, this looks amazing, but I bet it's super difficult to put them together.
No, not at all, not at all. So I very quickly last week touched upon it on Wake Up Call. So other than that bit that I've done on Wake Up Call, I've not actually played with this bit here because, I'm going to be totally honest with you, this bit that I've got in front of me, what I've done is I've taken it out of one of what we call as our prep box. There was a wee bit left over, so
okay.
I popped it out.
Say no more.
So, I think Leanne had an extra one, I think. And then partly the reason I'm obviously saying that as well, so that you can see what we're going to do. Now, there's two ways, of course. So if you like to do your embossing when it comes to the stencils and templates, you absolutely can do it. Thank you, Sarah.
A service.
Thanking you.
If you ever wondered how Craig takes his drinks, there you go. Amazing.
Is that really right?
Oh, thanks.
Black tea, no sugar.
That's how I have it, yeah.
Oh, black tea, 2 sugars. It's weird.
You spilt it, Sarah. I'll get in trouble for that.
And the boss says I'm weird. She employed me.
I'm saying nothing.
Just clean up after you as well. I mean, don't worry. Here, what's this down here as well?
Thank you. Just there's a bit there as well.
Yes, it is. Right.
Thanks.
Tell you what, mind. Got to look after these lads.
Cheers,
All by
boss.
the boys.
Thank you.
So what you can do when it comes to these ones, if you want to run them through your large Gemini so that you use the embossing map, so it's going to emboss all the details, you can do. But of course, when it comes to your stencils, your templates, you can draw around them. So what you're going to do, I'm not going to spend a lot of time because it's, what's that saying, Ben? It's like teaching a granny how to suck eggs. So what I'm going...
Is that the saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Obviously, you all know how to draw around a stencil.
Yes.
So I'm not going to insult your intelligence. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw around it with a pen or a pencil. So you're going to go all the way around, including all of these lines here. These are what's going to be your score lines, your fold lines. So still put a pencil mark in each one. That's going to enable you to remember where you're going to score. Going to look like this. Don't worry about how it looks because what we're going to be doing is this will end up being the inside, so you're not going to see any of this. So what you're then going to do is using your scissors, you're going to chop around it. Also, it says, well, don't forget if you do have an electric die cut machine, you know, if you've got a Cricut or a scan and cut, anything like that, scan them in and cut them out that way as well because you're just replacing the scissors with the cutting machine, so you can do that one. So then this is when it's going to look like this once you've cut all the way around, but of course don't cut into the score lines. That's going to be your score lines. So all then that you would do, simply bringing in your scoreboard or your Ultimate Pro, you're going to come along with your ball tool and where you've got all these lines, you're just going to score them. Follow all the way along, scoring all the way along, and as I say, this part here with your pencil or your pen mark is going to be the inside.
Yeah.
So what we can do then is let's fold these ones all up for the time being. So what we can do is fold all these bits in, and this is what's creating the cozy cottage.
Jane says, cute scene to do for a little girl's room.
Yeah.
Samantha saying, I could use this village collection for my Sunday school classes.
Oh, wow.
Decorated with appropriate paper for various lessons. I just think in my house, I know, so my daughter is still big into fairies and unicorns and mermaids. Still got her fairy door at the top of the stairs with her fairy who lives there called Thumbelina. I could imagine that my daughter would love this to build like a little fairy village.
Absolutely.
For her fairy, so that when she comes out the fairy door, she's got a little village she can inspect. Top of the landing, I could imagine that. There's so many things you can do, but also as little night lights actually as well. Again,
Exactly,
my daughter still loves to have little lights on at night, and we talked about them, by the little LED lights. These would be perfect, wouldn't they, just by the side of the bed?
There would be, absolutely, yeah. Just have those little scenes. So as you say, it could be your little dolls, it could be the Barbie dolls. Maybe you want to set up a little village for your WWE action figures if you wanted to. Throw them through the doors and the windows if you want. You can have a lot of fun with these ones, and this is the good thing. But in all seriousness, if you've got your train track around the bottom of the Christmas tree, if you like to do Halloween scenes, I don't know if you actually know that. Remember our birth month floral stamping dies that Sarah Kay designed for us? She loves Halloween. Absolutely loves Halloween. She decorates her house and that. So you could do them in Halloween styles and that as well. So much that you can do.
These are perfect as well. I'm just thinking, pretty much perfect size for. Are we allowed to mention the name, the little figures? The little building block figures. If you wanted to put your little Lego figures in there as well.
Right enough.
Yeah, you could.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Really good.
Anyway, what were you saying? Sorry, I interrupted you. Very rude.
No, not at all. Not at all. All that was about to say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start stamping. So I'm going to take some of the stamps. You've got brickwork, you've got stonework, you've got your woodwork, you've got all these different ways as well. You've got the clock and that there. So all that you would then do is pop it onto, you can use your stamping platform. You don't have to, you could use your 6x6. But what I'm going to do is, I'm still going to use this one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use this base, and you'll see why in a moment. Let's just pop that one on. So let's pop that one out of the way. Because what I want to do is I want to be able to move this.
Yeah.
So I have the two that I've got here to the side of me are done within our grey quick dry. But for this one, I'm going to use our brown, fry our brown, just so that we can show you. So all that I'm going to do is this first one anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp from the left to the right.
Can I just say as well, whilst you're stamping, money boxes.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That is a really good one. Money boxes.
Yeah.
Because there is ways, because some of the little folds and the flaps have got ways that you don't have to secure them down.
Yeah.
So you could then, of course, leave them open and then, maybe put a little slot in place.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you can do.
There's so much. Let us know what else. If you've already bought these, or if you're thinking about buying these, let us know what you're going to use them for. What's kind of your inspiration? What's your take on these village scenes? I'd love to know. We've already had suggestions of great ideas for scenes for a little girls' room, for Christmas villages, Halloween villages, great for Sunday school as well. Let us know what you would make. With this village set, what would you'd use it for? It's great to get your inspiration as well, because as much as we like to kind of give you our inspiration, it's great because you guys come up with some amazing ideas as well. So get those comments in, and remember that comment that you send in right now could be the one which wins you that amazing kit which we're giving away before 9 o'clock tonight in just over an hour. Where's that hour gone? Wow, flying by.
Do you know what I'm thinking as well, Ben?
Yeah.
You know how you were saying about your train tracks?
Yeah.
What about if kiddies have got ski electrics?
Oh, yes.
You can have the little, little ski
Love
electrics.
that idea.
Good idea.
Oh, yeah, you could have little Harry Potter villages there as well, if you're big into that.
You absolutely could do it. And that's the thing, once you start to think of what you could then be using, you've maybe got, do you know what? Let's go all out there. You might have, like your dinosaurs, your big characters that you've got, the ones that are going to be towering over, like Jurassic Park, maybe something like E.T. when they're flying over. Do you know what I know? And I know I'm kind of going a bit out there, but just think of these different things, the films you've seen, TV shows that you've done. You can have fun and recreate them as well. Lots of ideas as to what you can do with these ones when it comes to having fun with them, basically. But what I would just do is carry on stamping. So I don't know if you've noticed, what I was doing is I stamped the first one and then I was kind of going off. So instead of stamping that same one in a straight line, I was going from like zigzag to zigzag. And also, I've not worried about going over at the tabs. Stamped onto the tabs because you're not going to see them. Now this is what it'll look like if you're waiting for this one, if you use a grey. Look at that.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Isn't that so smart? Now that could be quick dry, it could be flagstone if you wanted to, but that looks so smart. So then what we can do is, this is where you're going to bring in the corresponding dies. So this is what's then going to be doing your windows as well as your around the top. I hear that tinny opening again. I hear that tinny opening.
Producer Johnny's just cracked open his first beer. His first beer, like, you should have done that over the speaker in the studio. It used to be 7 o'clock. The can used to be open, but now we're on, of course, till 9 o'clock. Don't go. If you're thinking, oh, they're going at 8. No, we're here till 9 o'clock UK time. Yeah, tomorrow night, Johnny, we'll get you to crack that open on the speaker. We can speak to producer Johnny and Charlotte now on the little speaker we've got on the other side of the studio. Not too much though, because we don't want them to overplay their part, do we? You know.
No, but we tend to save that for wake up call.
Oh yeah, sorry. We only do that on wake up call. We might have just done it on the earlier show because Sarah wanted to hear it.
Ah.
We won't do it again, Craig.
Oh,
Honestly.
that's all right. I do not mind. Do not mind at all.
He does.
I don't. that was mine and Lauren Adams' thing.
Well, I didn't know. You should have said that it was your thing. I didn't know that. I wouldn't do it again. That's like if someone nicked my catchphrase, I'd be annoyed. If I ever, if everyone was doing mine.
Green on the screen, which means
soon won't be seen. Like,
Yeah.
if I heard you doing that, I'd be annoyed. I would be annoyed. I wouldn't really. Not that bothered. Pauline says, I'd put sweets in my model houses. That's a cracking idea. Great, yeah. Great, put the base on. Great as little, sweetie boxes, or put little chocolates in there as well. I think that's a cracking idea. Lisa says, money boxes is a great idea. Thank you, Lisa. I thought it was pretty decent. And Rosalind Russell on YouTube says, I'm challenging myself to make Hogwarts Castle. I'm a Potterhead. Is that what they're called, Harry Potter fans? I did not know that. A Potterhead, yeah.
That's not what it means in Glasgow.
Is it that just people who just potter around, is it, in Glasgow? That's what I thought it was.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Diane, just whilst you're cutting over there, Diane says, do you have to put a bottom in then? Ask Craig how you can do that.
So,
You don't have to put a base on, but you can.
Of course you can, yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to show you that just in a moment as well. What we're going to do is, we're then going to take, so using the dies that come in, so I've just die cut what we've already cut out and stamped out. So you can have fun with this as well, Ben. You can decide where you want the windows to go, the doors to go, have a bit of a play about, it can look a bit different each and every time. And then I'm also going to bring in some of our peril card as well. Now this bit I'm not going to do this because I've got them all cut, but you can then take the surroundings of the houses. Ben, why not use these as corner accents onto your cards if you want to?
Great idea.
Die cut a couple of them and they could be little frames for your cards or pictures if you want to.
Yeah.
Don't just think of them as for your houses. But what I would then do is I would die cut all of these, same with all these edge parts. These ones here to go around the house, die cut the length of them, and you're just going to snip them to the size that you need. So that is then going to create these, which we've got all here. So you can see all of these ones. And then what we can then do is we can bring these ones in. We're going to assemble all these together that we've got here. And then what we'll do is I'll show you what I've done with the base as well to actually create a base.
It's all about the base.
It is. It's what Megan Trainor says.
Yeah. Joy says, I would make several seasonal villages like this, like a country town in spring, summer, fall and winter, and then use different papers and stamps and dies to adorn them. Then add fairy lights and tea lights. I reckon that is definitely a requirement if you're going to get these tea lights. I mean, how great is that going to look? Even if you've just got these as little decorations on your like your mantelpiece, on the hearth. Just having some little tea lights in there. I just think these will look really nice. You must do this because you like your candles as well over there. Those nights where you just want to sort of snuggle in, put a few little candles on, or we've got little sort of tea light holders and stuff. You just turn off all the lights, just have your little candles going. These would look phenomenal lined up on your mantelpiece or on your hearth there with just the lights going on. I think they would look gorgeous.
They would.
Yeah.
And what about as well? It's another idea that's just popped into my mind.
Go on.
What if you do maybe even if you take away the size, so you've still got that bit of a triangle. If you've got those little artificial pot plants or that,
Oh, yeah.
so maybe you like the look of the plant, but you don't initially like the bottom of the base or that. You know, you've got this really nice cottagey house at the bottom, and you've got this floral just coming out, sitting on the table or next to the TV. So you've got all these different options as well.
Oh, Stephanie, love this, Stephanie. Sorry, shouldn't have shouted so loud.
No, go for it.
This is great. So with the templates, and we do this at Christmas as well, Stephanie says, I make gingerbread houses out of cookie dough, so I plan to make gingerbread houses out of these, because you've got the templates, of course, haven't you? So you've got the
so you
ability
do.
to be able to imagine making like a little gingerbread village out of these.
I know. Don't tell producer Laura. You know what she's like with her gingerbread.
Oh, wow.
That's a really good idea. Love that idea.
I'd love that, and then well, let me know when you do something, and I can be the giant that comes along and then eats all of the gingerbread village. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I mean, the ideas are coming in now. Deborah's saying, could use this to make an advent calendar.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Behind
could.
each little door, you've got like a little, you know, whatever it might be, a chocolate, a sweet, or whatever. That would be great, wouldn't it? A little advent calendar village. Search around the village to find the door.
That's it, yeah.
Oh, I love this. Why am I feeling all Christmassy all of a sudden in the middle of March?
Such a good idea.
There's plenty of ideas. As I said, you guys come up with the best ideas, absolutely. So from money boxes to advent calendars to gingerbread houses to seasonal villages to Hogwarts castles to decorating, you know, the children's rooms to fairy door villages. I mean, they're all there. And if in case you were wondering about Christmas, our resident Christmas correspondent, producer Johnny, tells us there is 299 days till Christmas.
Did Johnny or you, Ben, or maybe even Charlotte, did you see my own Instagram page this morning, my Insta story?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Before I came to work, I was watching Pierce and Susanna on Good Morning Britain.
Yes.
And they were interviewing a guest. It was about Harry and Meghan. And they were talking, and she had her Christmas tree in the background. Yeah.
What?
She had her Christmas tree. Yeah, 1st of March, and she had her...
Did they reference that or not?
I didn't see the end of the interview because I had to leave for work. But I presume Piers Morgan would have. I need to go back and have a look, see if they did.
Some people do, though, keep it.
Yeah.
Let us know if you saw your tree up. I know word of a lie. When I used to work in radio, I interviewed this guy. He's called Mr. Christmas. He lives in Essex or somewhere, and he has his Christmas lights and Christmas tree up all year round. And this is what he says, and I don't know whether all of this is true, but he reckons that he has like the turkey and the full Christmas dinner every day, and he's got all of the Queen's speeches recorded on like VHS. So he sits and watches the Queen's speech at 3 o'clock every day, and he gives himself a present. Well, he celebrates Christmas every day. Mr. Christmas.
A good idea, though.
Is it?
It's a good idea.
Makes Christmas not very special, though, doesn't it, if you celebrate it every day?
Well, you see, that's the thing, because Charlotte's just said the same as well. She was like, that would get boring. As much as I love Christmas, absolutely, I would get bored with it. I would absolutely get bored. Oh, 8 o'clock, see you later on.
He's gone. No, Craig,
oh, no, wait a minute, I've still got an hour to go.
We're staying on.
Still got an hour to go. So we do.
Oh, dear. Oh, he's a laugh, isn't he, eh?
Here we go, you got the laugh, eh?
2 minutes past 8. It's 2 minutes longer than he normally stays
2
in.
minutes overtime. 2 minutes overtime. Here we go. But what I'm doing now, Ben, is that strip that I said, that long strip here that you would die cut. So this one here. So we've got that strip. So what I've done is cut that one out several times, and then I've just chopped them the same width on the top of the roof. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use them and just create my own little panel.
Yeah.
We're going to work all the way up. What I'm not going to do is stand and do them all, Ben. But you're going to overlap them until you get to the top. And we're going to do, I'll just do a couple more on this one.
Just whilst you're sticking, Beth has asked, what weight of card are you using for the base? Well, I suppose in general for the actual houses as well.
Yeah, so what I'm doing is for the actual base, because it's an actual little strip that I'm going to use, which I'll show you in a moment. But what I would then do is I would look to be anything from like a 250 onwards. If you're going to be creating, obviously, the houses, the cottage, etc., etc. So I would try and make sure that it's a good heavyweight cardstock. So whether even Centura Pearl, it could be Adorable Scoreable. Adorable Scoreable would be spot on for this as well. I'm trying to think as well. You might have actually, do you know what would work well as well? If you wanted to go all out with a real fancy kind of house or cottage, our brand new Get It Got It Good 12 by 12 paper pads,
yes.
the Pearl one. So if you wanted to go all out there with a real fancy kind of looking one, then, you know, use those cardstocks as well. Would look really smart. But what I'm doing now is I've layered up the sides. So I've gone all the way up from the front. So we've got that plaid panel effect. And then at the top bit, all I've done is a strip of cardstock, folded it in half. And what that does is that, let's see if I can peel that one off. So to hide that join bit, strip of cardstock, same width, fold in half and pop that one on. And then what you've got is now even all these bits. So kind of like the eaves that's going to cover the eaves of your cardstock.
Yeah.
So let's do this one.
I love the fact there's so much detail with the die sets.
I know
that you
there
get
is.
There's loads of detail, isn't there?
There really, really is. Then take it beyond the villages.
Yeah.
Now, if you've got your, what about things like your pop-up boxes, anything like that, you want to create windows with the characters. Peekaboos, if you've got them ones, you imagine them peeking out of the windows.
I love that idea.
So bring in all your other crafty stash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it like that one, Ben. And then what I've done is I've created a base. So you'll see from up above, it's not a specific size as such. It's just big enough that it's going to sit the cottage on. For anyone that does want to know, the pattern paper is 4 inches by 3 inches, and then the cardstock is 1/4 of an inch bigger. Then what I've done is, so this bit I have done something, trust me. We've taken our white smooth stamping card. So for this size of the cozy cottage, I've taken it to 5.5 inches by 1 inches. So 5.5 by 1. And I've also scored in at 1 inch and folded. So that's going to give us this shape here. And then what I'm going to do is that's going to tuck in at the base. So what we can do is pop our adhesive. And as I said at the start, I would be inclined when making these to use my red liner tape or even your tacky glue, because it's still classed as construction. So you want to make sure it's got a real strong bond. So let's press them.
Just a little random plane going over. I think it's Sarah flying home.
Sarah's gone.
Sarah's got her private jet home.
Sarah's gone. Big noise. So what we're doing is popping the adhesive onto each end. And what I'm doing just now is I'm popping my adhesive onto the strip. So let's pop this one in, and to secure that one, secure it onto the other side. Then now we've got our adhesive strip on the base. So then what I can do is come along, and if we go your way. Now you will at this point just need to take your pokey tool or something just to pop into the middle and just going to flatten out the base. So flatten it out into the base of your layer that you've done. So popping that one in, and then we can see, oh, let's just pop that one in at the side, pressing that a bit harder. Always remember, give it a little rub with your fingers or that, because the heat will then help attach the glue.
That's
brilliant.
You've got
your little base, bit wonky. It could be the crooked house, couldn't it? Could be
the crooked house
if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And then the one, so the only difference that's been done with this one is a little bit of purple cardstock in the back. So very, although it's not black and white and mysterious, very Halloween theme as well, with having that bit of purple as well. So many things that you can be, they're just so much fun. If you've got dimensional snow, maybe left over from Sarah's signature glistening snowflake, do them in obviously lighter colours, and then you could have the snow falling down. They're just so much fun when it comes to creating these ones. Adore these.
And the thing is, I think now everyone's kind of thinking to themselves, actually, there's so much that I can do with these. As I say, just the suggestions that you've kind of given to us for advent calendars, for gingerbread houses, for seasonal villages, for model houses for sweets, for making a Hogwarts castle, for using the Sunday school, for using for your daughter's room, you know, for decorating up, for using as night lights. There's so many suggestions coming in here. You know, someone said great for weddings, you know, for table decorations for weddings, for money boxes. You know, if you just want to make these so that your kids have got. Hang on a second, Craig. If you just keep your hand up, if you've got kids and they love playing with their cars, you could build a little village for them as well. There is so much. Oh, hang on a second. Yes, Craig?
Do you know what I was thinking about? You said weddings.
Yes.
So obviously make, you know, the church or something, but what about weigh it down with something? That could be the helium balloons, holding the helium balloons and that. Was that not worthwhile interrupting you for?
That was, go to the top of the class. Well done, I love it. I love that idea a lot.
There you go.
So yeah, there's just so much versatility. Don't just look at this and think, oh, I might use it once to build a little village and that's it. Honestly, you will come back to this time and time again. And I just think, whoever it was you said about Sunday schools, Samantha, I can just imagine, yeah, if you're someone who works in a school, or maybe you're on a PTA or something like that, you know, and you're looking for different ways to do things at school fetes and fairs and things like that, there's so many different things that you can do with this collection. Remember, for 99 or 124, you get the ability to build all of these. So you get the templates for the manor house, for the cosy cottage, for the church, for the thatch cottage, and for the townhouse as well. So all of those sort of stencil templates to be able to make them. Then you've got the stamp set to be able to add the detail. And of course, for each of the different houses that you've got the die sets then to be able to cut in things like the windows and the doors and all sorts. These are phenomenal, and they're flying out of the door right now. You're loving these, and I'm so pleased, and I'm so glad that I finally get the chance to have a good look at them. £99.99 or £124, saving £42.90 or £42.45. Remember, if you're a platinum member, that is £79.99 or $99.20. Lots of reasons to shop with us tonight. And actually, with it being a Monday Makers, we do have to bring to you a Monday
Mega deal.
Deal.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go Monday Mega deal, and then I go deal.
Got you.
Okay. With it being a Monday, we've got to bring to you a Monday
Mega deal.
Deal. Now, this.
Well done, Charlotte, on that. That was really good.
That was great.
Really
camera
good
work.
chopping and changing.
Like that. Loved that a lot. Your Spectrum Finesse alcohol-proof 4-piece collection. Johnny's just gone. Yeah, he's pressing 2 buttons one after another. Johnny's on his second can of beer, I shouldn't worry about it. For the purposes of the tape, he's not really. Or is he? Right, you're going to get, normally $19.96 or $27.80, your Spectrum Noir Finesse alcohol-proof ink pad. So if you're doing work with things like with tri-blends, for example, these are absolutely brilliant for using for your stamped images. You're going to get 4. The colours you're going to get are your Noir Black, you're going to get your Rustic Brown, you're also going to get your Flagstone, and then you're going to get your Pebble included as well. Nice little deal that if you need to stock up on those for using, as I say, with your alcohol pens, saving 25% today on that deal. That is your $11.98 for your platinum, or $16.68 if you're shopping with us in the States. That is your Monday
Mega deal.
Deal. Right, let's get back to some sort of semblance of normality as we get ready to show you more demos, but also whilst we're here, let's have a little video demonstration as to what our Club Inspire is all about.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to Silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
There you go, all the details you need about Club Inspire, and also worth mentioning that we got some news regarding the shipping rates in the US, and actually some good news for you as well. So let's tell you everything that's happening here due to things which are happening as far as, you know what's going on in the US currently with continued pressure on domestic shipments around the US. Temporarily, what we've had to do here at Crafters TV is increase our standard delivery rate from $9.99 to $12.95, so standard 6 to 10 working days. And also, as I say, just temporarily for everything that's going on, our free shipping threshold has now gone from 100 to 125 US dollars. The good news is, though, that we've got a brand new delivery, which is express delivery, so fully tracked door-to-door service, which is quicker, as you can see. It says 3 to 7 business days there, but if you were watching the show earlier on, Sarah was obviously talking that potentially it's more like 3 to 5, but we said 3 to 7 just to cover ourselves, but we think in most cases it will be 3 to 5 days, and that is just $19.95 for that service. So basically it's going to mean that you are going to get your crafting supplies quicker, and that's a good thing, isn't it, in a way that you'll get all of the goodies to your door much quicker. And this is also good as well because for our gold and platinum customers is a bit of an upgrade here, because as standard you're now going to get priority delivery upgraded to that express service. So even if your cart is under that 125 spend, you'll pay $12.95, but you will still get that priority shipping, all right? So that will be there for you, and then it's free for over 125 US dollars, of course, as well. So there's kind of a lot to be said about that, and actually the fact that everything will be shipped out 3 to 7 days, potentially quicker, then this means you're going to get your goodies hopefully in very good time indeed. You can find out more details about all of that, and as I say, it's kind of just like a temporary measure for now, but we just want to say a big thank you to you for all of your patience with everything which is currently going on, but hopefully that makes sense. Right, just want to quickly ask you before we move on about the dies, Craig, very quickly. Lynn wants to know what would be the thickest cardstock to use with the village dies? With the village dies, so what we tend to say is at least from, I would say, a 180 onwards. If you can, ideally, I would, did I say 180? I'm thinking about a 220 onwards, sorry, I'm thinking about decorating them with the outline of your, kind of like the windowsill, the door. So I would go, yeah, maybe from 220. Yeah, I'll go 220. 220? Yeah, or upwards, yeah, thicker. And Laurie just saying, my mind is reeling with all the things you can do with this set. Grab that deal whilst you can. Also, a deal which has proved really popular over the course of the last few weeks. I lose track as to when this launched. I want to say it was a few weeks ago, but it may well have been a month ago or so now. I think it was back in January, wasn't it? It's still proving really popular. The rotating stamp collection. This is such a brilliant system, which I absolutely love, because do you know what I love most about this? You look at the stamp that you're going to get here and you go, they've missed a few bits off there, haven't they? Tell you what have they done there? That's not worked properly, but it absolutely has, because basically you are going to stamp this once in one colour, you're then going to rotate 90 degrees. You're going to stamp it again in a second colour, you're going to rotate 90 degrees. Stamp it again in a third colour, rotate 90 degrees. Stamp it again in a fourth colour, rotate, and look, all of a sudden you get this amazing frame or background. It's such a simple process to be able to create the most amazing background. You know, if you want to cut into that and create an aperture, shaker card, whatever it might be, it is phenomenal. A great way to get an unbelievable frame or background. You get with each one of the rotating stamps a sentiment. This one here is always thinking of you. Then on top of that, you're going to get this one here, which is your rustic botanicals. Once again, I love this one particularly for the choice of colours which we've used on the board here. But again, 4 different colours, simply rotating the stamp, and then all of a sudden, you have got that beautiful image. Have a beautiful day is the sentiment that you get with your rustic botanicals. Next up here is your meadow wreath. Once again, you know, you look at that finished stamp and you think, how on earth are you going to be able to create that with this stamp? The design on this again is phenomenal when you think about it, how that has been designed. So like with every sort of 90-degree turn, you're filling in another part of the stamp, but the mind boggles as to how all this works. Happy birthday to you is the sentiment that you're going to get there. And then last but by no means least, you've got your butterfly wishes included as well. So sending butterfly wishes to you. And again, you can see 4 different beautiful colours create this wonderful background. It's been flying out the door, if you excuse the pun. 44.16 or 52.95 is the deal on that, saving 15%. And of course, another 20% comes off that if you're a platinum member, 35.37 or 42.46. We're going to have a look at this in action because, again, if you're seeing this for the first time, you might actually be looking at it and thinking, really? How does this work? Is it as simple as he's making out? I think it is, isn't it?
It is. It is. Certainly, if you're using the large 8x8 stamping platform with the magnetic base, then it is very, very simple. You can do it with the 6x6 stamping platform, but what you've got is you don't have that possibility of it being in place at the exact same time. So by using the magnetic stamping platform, I'm going to show you, this is when it's really going to work. It's magic. So what I'm going to do to start with, let's bring in our base just now. Now I'm going to use, as we would always do when it comes to stamping, our white smooth stamping card. And I've actually cut this one to size. So I've cut it to 6x6, and this is where I want it to be 6x6. So you can have your cardstock bigger and then trim it down, but this is just to show you, you can do it direct onto the size of card that you want. So one of the key things that you need to do, it's going to make this work, is have your cardstock within the middle of your stamping platform. Now you might think, yeah, but Craig, trying to work that, the middle, how do you know? Use your squares as a grid. So I know, because beforehand I counted this just before it came back to me. So I know from each side I need 4 squares. So if we can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know that's in the middle, left and right. So I need to make sure, let's pop that up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4 squares all the way around, so I know that it's bang on in the middle.
Yeah.
So all that you need to do, whether it's 7x7, 8x8, just make sure you've got the same amount of squares all the way around, and that's going to work beautifully. Then what you're going to do, you're going to take your magnetic discs, which you also get. You get 4 of them. We don't have ours here.
Oh, you could have got them back.
I could have got them back, eh? So what we're doing is we're just going to use our low-tack tape in place instead, just to keep it in place. So the next key part is to do exactly the same, Ben, with your stamp. So we're going to use rustic botanicals. And what I'm going to do to make it a bit easier for you to see, let's put some white cardstock underneath. And this is going to be exactly the same. So you can use the grid within the middle as a bit of an eye guide. But what we're going to do is I'm going to have a look here, and we're going to, if I pop that one in, so I just need to make sure, let's have a look and see if I've got this spot on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we're close. So let's pop that one there, and we just need to make sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we are just about there.
Yeah.
So let's line that one up. So very quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, once I caught official eyes. You were thinking it, weren't you?
I knew you were going to do
thinking it.
that. I love that so much.
You were thinking it.
So many times that I'll think something and he just says it. I know I was having a little bet to myself that I bet you any money he says, once I caught a fish alive, and he did it.
I did it.
So predictable, but I love it. I love it.
I did it. So now we've got our cardstock bang on in the middle, and we've also got the stamp bang on in the middle as well. Just to say, not to make it complicated, your cardstock, it only needs to be in the middle if you've cut the cardstock to the size that you want.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what you can do is you can do an 8x8 piece of cardstock, stamp it, and then trim it afterwards. But I wanted to show how you can stamp direct onto your size of cardstock. So what we're going to do first is let's take whatever colour. So we're going to go for a real deep colour on this. So we're going to go Friar Brown, Bordeaux, Smoked Emerald and Grasshopper. And they are quick dry. So you're going to stamp like you would usually do. Now, as you said, Ben, what you're doing is you're going to twist and turn 90 degrees each time. Cool. So the way that I remind myself is I have a look at our Crafter's Companion logo.
Okay.
So this one is, as you can see, on the bottom right-hand side here. So what I'm going to do is layer it up into the little round grooves that you've got.
Yes.
And it's the same with our 4x4 and our 6x6. It's six. It's spring feet.
Spring feet.
Then what we're doing is we're going to press this into place.
Silly question, but I'll ask it anyway. Does it matter once you stamp this whether you go anti-clockwise or clockwise with your rotation?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope, it doesn't matter whatsoever. Nope. So it doesn't matter which way you're going to go because it's going to look exactly the same. But I will show you that I go clockwise.
Okay.
It's how I remember to do it.
Uh-huh.
So what we're going to do is turn it over. Let's go for our next colour. Now, although that I don't usually clean my stamps, when it comes to a large background one like this, I would give it a wipe with warm soapy water or a baby wipe.
Yeah.
But for time and speed, I'm going to go direct over the top.
How big are the stamps as well? Ruth just asked how big it is. We can measure it in a minute potentially.
We will. So they will be. The actual stamp will be 6 by 6. I want to say.
Yeah.
The image is slightly smaller.
Yeah.
So actually, the main stamp is 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches.
Okay.
And then the image will be just slightly smaller than that. So now that what we're going to do, remember the first time we stamped it with the logo down on the bottom right, what we're going to do is turn it 90 degrees, so the logo is now on the bottom left, pop it in, and then we're going to stamp all the way around. So pressing all of that into place. We're going to remove it. And straight away you think, oh, it's coming together.
Yeah, it's
Still
coming.
looks a bit uneven. So what we can then do is let's bring in our Bordeaux. We're going to stamp again. So we're going to stamp all the way around. And then if we bring this one, so logo was on the bottom left, 90 degrees. So it's now at the top left. And we are then going to get that into place and then stamp. And then you might need to think about this one, Ben, but where do you think that logo is going to go next?
Is it going to go to the top right?
Oh, you're good.
Is it right?
You're good. You're
Have
right.
I got it?
You are right.
What do I win?
Nothing.
Oh.
So there we go, top left. So what we're going to do is turn it 90 degrees. So we've done it onto the top right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to press that one into place. And we're going to press, and then when I reveal this, look at that.
Boom.
Look at that. So it's drawn your eye in. Then what you can do is, still using this large one, stamp your sentiment, take your stamp, actually, yeah, let's do it. Take the stamp off. Then what we can do is we can use our chosen sentiment. So still using the large platform, we can get it exactly where we want it to go. So let's say, have a beautiful day. I've got a bit of back of foam pad stuck to my finger, so it's sticking to mine. But here we go. So let's pop that there. Then let's still just use the Bordeaux because we've got it here. And then I'm going to give this bit a wipe of the ink.
But if you wanted, right, and I know I said this earlier on, if you had like a circle nesting die, you could cut the middle of that out, couldn't you?
Of course you could.
And do like a little shaker card or have that as an aperture.
You could cut that bit out, so as you say, it's going to be the aperture, it's going to be a shaker element. Stamp this onto a separate piece of cardstock, die cut that and lift that up from the front. So you've got that option. But now, pressing that one, and then I know because we've used our large stamping platform, it's exactly where I wanted it to. And then just to say, although I'm quite happy with that, I would say that's spot on. But just to show Ben, if you wanted to even intensify that, let's pop more ink on, and then let's press. And that's really making it stand out. So you can see, that's a bit of a top tip coming from Leanne. That's something she does a lot, certainly with quick dry. Whatever she's stamping, she will tend to give it a stamp a couple of times, just so that it's really going to have that impression really bold. So then what we can do is we can remove our low tack tape. And once again, keeping in mind what I've done is this is already cut to size. So what I can do now is go straight on with my double-sided tape. I'm going to bring in this layer here. We're going to pop that into place, press that into place. I've got a bit of tartan cardstock, which was from Sarah's Winter's Tale Christmas collection from a few years ago.
Yeah.
Let's take our pads off.
Teresa's just asking, just as you're sticking this down, do you have to clean the stamp between the colour change?
I don't. I don't. But
Depends if you want to get a clean...
Depends if it's your stamps or not.
What's your professional answer though, Craig?
It is. In all seriousness, so these and also our stamps that we've done, our layering stamps where you've got the 3 of them, I would give them a clean each time. Even just take a layer of that ink off. But when it comes to other stamps, and I make it known that I don't actually clean them, I'll stamp them onto rough cardstock, take away the ink, and then I'll pop them away.
Yeah.
So, you know, even if you want to take... The thing is, certainly if you're going from light to dark, no, dark to light. If you stamp dark, you don't clean them, then you go over with a yellow or a baby pink, something like that, then you'll get a bit of that dark impression onto your ink pad. So even just give it a little bit of a tap of excess cardstock, take away the layer of ink from the start or from the top, and then once you've layered them up, you can see you get that look. Now I would pop this on the front of a card by 6 by, oh Ben, you can tell it's night time.
Getting late, innit?
Onto an 8 by 8 card blank. But even then, what about maybe a piece of ribbon or twine on the top? That could be a photo. Die cut a photo into the middle. Could be a little book. That could go into your memory books if you've just bought the 8 by 8 or the 10 by 10 ones. Right, nice way to actually decorate them as well. So much fun. I absolutely say if anyone, and I know people, you know, we do see it on social media, some people have a bit of issue with the rotating stamps. If you don't have the large platform and you can absolutely invest in it, I would hugely and highly recommend to do that one. Follow, obviously, what I've just done there. You're going to get that perfect impression each time.
There you go, the stamping platform and magnetic base. You will get the magnets with yours as well, of course. $22.49 or $26.99, back in stock for the first time in literally ages. So if you've been one of those people who haven't wanted to get it, now is the time. I've just remembered as well, we haven't done the demo of the show mention yet, so we'll line those up in just a little while. Also, I wonder where Sarah's demo went from the last show, the demo of the show. I'll have to go and look for that in a minute. It was a scrapbook. Right, okay, we need to grab that back. But anyway, just going back to the stamps. Looking forward to the demos with these, says Gillian. Well, you've seen a great demo just there. Marley is saying, love the rotation stamps. The design in them is genius. Really enjoy the rotating stamps. So versatile, says Jean. Looking forward to receiving my rotation die, says Happy Girl. And Rebecca on Facebook says, thank you so much, Craig, for taking the time to show us how to line up the stamps. I think that's where I was going wrong. Well, thank you so much for all those lovely comments, and thank you for sending in all these lovely pictures as well. We are going to be going back to the Caring Thoughts collection in just a little while. Renee here has used a whole host of different goodies from that collection, of course, with the cut and emboss folder, the decoupage florals in there as well. Absolutely stunning. Love that, Renee. Thank you so much. And lovely Mary has done exactly the same as well. These are gorgeous. Mary's going to be joining us tomorrow on the craft along as well. So really, really looking forward to that. And just going back to a conversation we were having earlier on about Christmas trees. There's a few of you actually who have still got your Christmas trees up.
Wow.
Like, for example, Anne-Louise, who basically has got her Christmas tree up and changes it. So that stays up all year round, and she changes it for different occasions.
That's
Valentine's,
genius.
Do you like these?
I think that's good. You can obviously go from Christmas into New Year, but then into Valentine's, then into Easter, then into birthdays and spring and Halloween. I love that.
St.
Anna-Louise.
Patrick's there as well. I love that idea. That's brilliant. And Louise, thank you. And actually, you've got a bit of a friend in Sandy who also says, I have a Christmas tree up all year long in the kitchen, living room and bedroom. I decorate it for the different holidays, Valentine's, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, patriotic, etc., etc. And Tammy also saying, my tree is up all year. So there we go. Hello, good evening to Clarice, who says, loving this show, ordered these stamps yesterday, will be my first time using the rotating stamps. Excited. Yes, absolutely, you'll be excited. They are a brilliant collection, so well done if you've got your hands on those. And that, as we said, is a perfect partner to the stamping platform with that magnetic base. Right, seeing as we've just seen a few pictures. Oh, do we want to look at your... Oh no, we'll look at them in a minute, won't we? Your demos. All right, let's go through the Caring Thoughts collection, because loads of you have gone for this already this evening. Now, loads of you have brought this previously. It's a massive collection. I'll go through it as quickly as I can for you, but I just wanted you to see everything that you are going to get within this collection. There are dies, there are stamps, there's cut and embossed folders as well. This is one of those collections, as we've chatted about, that it's just brilliant because you've got a little bit of everything, and kind of everything has been mapped out for you. But it's a great collection if you just want to send cards, particularly during this time, to just say, send somebody a card just because you want to cheer them up just a little bit. So you've got dies which kind of highlight that. Just to say, you've also got your In My Thoughts. Aren't these just beautiful for cards? So you don't always have to wait for a birthday or an anniversary to send cards. And that's what this collection is all about. You've then got these two little mini layering dies. So the layered butterfly and that layered rose. And as you saw in the earlier demo with Craig, similar to the layering stamps that we've had previously, you've got all the different components to be able to layer up, in this case, that beautiful butterfly. And then in this one here, that lovely rose at the bottom of the packaging there. Really stunning. Then on top of that, you are going to get your With Love and Friendship die set. So again, this is gorgeous because you've got that lovely frame, all the detail in there. Then you've got the three different sentiments to go in there too. So thinking of you, just because, and with love and friendship. Then, as I promised you, you've got stamps included too. And this again is all about sending cards just because. You've got things like on there, you've got things for Get Well Soon, you've got things for Sympathy Too, but then you have got sentiments like You Are Always In My Thoughts, things like Wishing You Brighter Days. So sentiments just to cheer somebody up, somebody who's a bit down in the dumps. That set is perfect. This next stamp set that you're going to get is with a grateful heart. So again, thinking of you, thank you, warm wishes, just sending somebody all the best. There are 14 stamps within that collection. So those are your stamps and dies, which you're going to get in this collection. You're then going to get, let's just do this in the order that they come up, organza ribbon. So you've got 3 lots of your gorgeous organza ribbon included in that collection. As we chatted earlier on, you have got coloured brads. You've got 100 in there, 5, so there's 20, let's get this right, 5 colours, 20 of each within that collection. So loads of brads in there. You've then got dies and decoupage pads. So this here is your floral decoupage with your topper pad as well. So you've got all these dies there to be able to cut out all of the different elements within that collection. I think there are 48 sheets, I want to say, of your decoupage. So again, really nice and simple. If you've done this before, you'll know how easy it is anyway, but it is all numbered up for you. So the corresponding image goes with the corresponding die, and then you layer it up to create this beautiful floral. If I just tilt that there, you can see the depth and dimension that you get. And of course, you can layer up that even more should you want to. If you really want to go to town, that is the great thing about decoupage. That's your second set, again with more dies and more gorgeous designs in that 48 sheet pad. Again, if I just tilt that for you, you can see the depth and dimension that you're able to achieve, and you can do more if you layer it up. That's just suggested for you, but you can go even further should you want to. So those are your dies and decoupage pads. Then cut and emboss folders. These are gorgeous. Your butterfly swirls. I mean, again, look at that. The sort of depth and dimension that you've got to be able to pop these little butterflies out. Really cute all the way round. Then you're going to get, with the collection, your filigree border. Once again, that aperture you've got, and then that wonderful design in the emboss itself. Just super versatile. Then Whoa, you've got all of your cardstock included as well. Shall I? I'll show you the board, seeing as I've got them here. Right, you've got your luxury mixed card pack. So again, all these colours that you've got here run through the whole of the paper pads that we've got. You've got a mixture of your gorgeous sort of textured cardstock, and then your sort of mirror cardstock included in here as well. Absolutely gorgeous. And as I said, if you're someone who struggles with colours, you struggles with kind of mixing up patterns, that's the sort of colour palette that you've got in your luxury mixed card pack selection. 12 by 12 is that. You're then also going to get your 12 by 12 paper pad. Is that 36 sheets, Johnny? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, 36 sheets. So you can see here all of these gorgeous designs, beautiful florals. I mean, just all the way through. Love the colour palette on this. Butterflies, of course. Beautiful frame papers as well. And of course, what I'll show you in just a second is the colour palette on here. Absolutely 100% matches across to that mirror cardstock that you've got as well. And again, look at this. You've got even little sentiments in the background there too, which you can pop out on die cut panels. So 2 pages, I should say rather, at the back of that. But then on top of that, you've got your vellum. And you can see, look, the vellum patterns match the 12 by 12 paper pad patterns, which match up with all of your gorgeous luxury cardstock that you've got there as well. But that is not all, because we're then also throwing in, and a partridge in a pear tree. No, you're getting this 6 by 6 paper pad as well. So all of that included for that price is bonkers. There is enough there for plenty of crafting. If, however, you decide that you want more of the paper pads and the vellum pads, you can get those individually. But everything that I've just shown you there, you get for £134 or $182. It took me about 6 minutes to go through all of that. That is how big that collection is. That is why loads of people are going for this collection. You're saving $52.84 or $63.20 today. But, you know, grab this deal. $134 or $182, that's not even with your platinum membership coming off that either. £107 or $145. That is crazy. It really, really is. Right. Grab that whilst you can. We are down to the last 20 minutes. I do not know where this time has gone. Stay tuned, by the way, because I'll tell you now, we are going to be picking our first winner of National Craft Month each and every day during this month. We're going to be picking a winner to win an amazing prize. So stand by, the winner of that very shortly. But also you need to pick a winner, because we need to find out which one of Craig's demos you love the most. And even though I think he's probably got another one up his sleeve, let's have a quick recap as to what he's done so far.
Let's do it. So let's start off right at the beginning. So here, what I forgot to do in the original demo was pop my bow on. So I've just done it there a moment ago. So I've popped the bow on in that bottom corner. But that is, of course, using Sarah's signature Care and Thought scrapbook pages, using some of the elements as well as the paper pads. And then what we've done is part Cosy Cottage when it comes to the village that we've created here. Shows the concept, the basis, the idea as to what you can be creating. We've done a little base to it as well. And then what we've done just a moment ago, nicely propped up by my cup of tea that Sarah made.
Tricks of the trade.
That's it, tricks of the trade. We've got our rotating stabs where we have used those real deep tones as to create this what would be an 8x8 card. A really nice card to be given out to someone, you know, to make them smile even. Or it would work well in conjunction with the papers from Care and Thoughts.
Well, I know there's another demo to come, but those are the 3 to bear in mind currently. So 1 for the scrapbook, 2 for the house, 3 for the rotating stamps demo. I've got a feeling, I'm not a betting man, but I've got a feeling there's going to be 2 scrapbook pages up on that shelf. We're going to need a bigger shelf, because Sarah won earlier on with her scrapbooking demo. I think that might be the next one that goes up there, but we shall see. You've got a chance to vote, and we've still got 1 more demo to come. And I would imagine that seeing as we're seeing these details here on the screen, you are going to be looking at the Caring Thoughts collection again.
Oh, those details. Oh,
yeah, those ones. You don't see them.
I always wondered what that was there. I know.
Those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good, isn't it? Good. Just there. Up and down.
I always like to point out every now and again as well, Ben. Can you see, some people sometimes say, what's that code bit at the top?
What's that what?
What's that code bit? What's the code for? As I always just say, if you go into the website and then obviously just go into Monday Makers, you know, you can shop whatever you're seeing. If you want to go direct to that product, just go at the top of the search and just type that in, and that's going to take you straight to the Caring Thoughts. Just like to point that out every now and again.
Or you could just, rather than typing in 080221-KIT-60, you could just type in Caring Thoughts, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could do.
That'd be easy.
But I just thought I would just explain for some people that do ask what is that code for. I just thought I would do a bit of explaining.
Do you know what, actually? It's good that you've explained that, because I always look at like this bit here, the words, and I've never really noticed that number before. So I'm glad you pointed that out. Thanks, old buddy, old chum.
You're very welcome.
Old pal.
Very welcome. Yes. It's what we used to call in the olden days, not so much olden days, but an L. Because if you look at things like UVC Ideal World, it used to look like an L. Whereas technology advances and it just looks like a strip, an eye with lots of lines in it.
Shopping TV explained with Craig Laird.
Will I shut up and just get on with what I was doing?
Well, I'm waiting. I am waiting.
You are indeed.
This is dragging on, isn't it? Hey, start off with this number here. I mean, do you really care? I don't know. Now we're still going on talking about it. I'm just waiting for you to start. We're all waiting.
Now who's not stopping? Let's bring in one of our embossing folders. So this embosses and cuts at the exact same time. So we're going to bring in one of the card blanks as well. So what we can then do is I'm just having a feel. So on this side here is the deboss side. This side here is the emboss side. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop that one through that way. And even although I've got my trusted Gemini Junior, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this one. So I'm just going to fold that one over the back of the folder. What we can do is pop that one in, and as it is cut and emboss, it just means that we're going to pop our 2 cutting plates and we're going to run that one through. Now what you could be doing, although I'm doing that into a card blank, you could then chop the back of the card off. That's going to be a nice frame. You could use that in an alternative frame for doing that with the scrapbook page if you want to. You can have a play with it in that way. But if we open this up, the depth of the emboss that you get with our cut and emboss folders, it always just makes me go, wow. Because sometimes you would think, because you've got a die within there, that sometimes it might take away some of the embossed detail, the depth that it can push through, but never. Not on ours. So then what we can do is I'm going to pop our adhesive all the way around here. What I would also do, Ben, is I would take another piece of cardstock that's 5x7, cut it once again exactly the same, but as I say, it's just 5x7 because what I'm doing, I'm popping my acetate into place there. So if I was to cut another one, what would happen then is I could pop that onto the back and I could hide all of that workings. But even then, it's not too visible, so I'm not overly concerned at the moment. Let's bring in one of these pattern papers, which we're going to bring into place here. I have pre-cut this to exactly 5x7.
Okay.
You know what I'm like. I don't like that. I like to have a little border. So let's cut this down to 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. That's then going to give me my nice little insert border all the way around. So we can then, let's bring in our stamping platform again. Let's pop this one into the middle. Now at this point, Ben, this layer here, although I am going to stamp my sentiment into the middle, this doesn't have to be exactly in the middle when you're doing your sentiment, because what's going to be is when the stamp sticks to your platform, that's what's going to enable it to be in the right position. And what I mean by that is let's take, may this day be the beginning of a beautiful year filled with wonderful moments. Really nice sentiment as well. So another really nice sentiment. So what I'm doing, so this is what I mean by, it doesn't matter where my cardstock is, as long as I've got my stamp positioned into there or there about the middle. We can then bring in this one and press that into place. It's now in the exact same place as to where I want it to go. And instead of using a black, you could use a grey, but what I've done is I've gone for a smoked emerald for this one.
Oof, smoked
emerald.
Suits you, sir.
Does, doesn't it? Do you want it? Do you, sir? Do you? So here we go. And then because it's green on green, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that another few presses. And because we're using the stamping platform, you would have your magnetic discs all holding it down in the exact place that you want it to go. And we can see how it's just really making it stand out. Let's even do one more. Let's do a third one. So popping that one into place, we're pressing all that one in, removing that one. May this day be the beginning of a beautiful year filled with wonderful moments. Such a lovely, lovely verse.
Do you know what? I've just thought of a new catchphrase for the magnetic stamping mat there.
What's that?
Well, it made me laugh. I don't know. It made me think. I don't know why I'm saying this now. Do you know the catchphrase, the TV show catchphrase? Roy Walker used to say, "Keep pressing and guessing."
All right.
Oh, you don't know it.
No, well, I thought you always used to say what you see.
Yeah, but his other one was
see it, say it.
See it. But he also say, "Keep pressing and guessing."
Right.
With this, keep pressing, no guessing. See, because it's there's no guessing because it's all. I liked it. I mean, it sounded better in my head.
Once you explained it to me.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. It's back in stock anyway, just to say, that's the one thing I was just going to say to you, the magnetic stamping platform is back in stock. So if you want to grab that, make sure you do. Keep pressing, no guessing.
Exactly.
Not
Then
a big fan
what
of that
we're
one.
going to do
Not
is
a big fan.
bringing in my favourites now, although I do like Stephen Mulhern doing it.
All right.
Bringing in a decoupage. Now I know that the pad, we don't have the pad, but you do get the downloadable element of these ones as well. So you can download them onto your laptop, your PC, and print them till your heart's content. So in the exact same way, what you're going to do is we're going to bring in, have I even got the right one? Yeah, I have done. Have I? Yeah, I have, there we go. So I'm bringing in our layers. So what I've done, number one, and we're just popping the tab. So this little tab here will say number one on it. And we are going to secure all these down, and I'm going to pop them into place with a low-tack tape.
What was the weight of that acetate, Mary was asking?
So that was Hunky Dory's heavyweight acetate.
Okay, and Samantha says, Craig, do you do 1/4 inch borders or smaller?
All my mats and layers, unless I say otherwise, are all 1/4 inch using the guillotine. And you know, so many you can vouch for me in the fact of I could literally do a half-hour spiel on our guillotine. I love it so much. So I do them 1/4 inch unless I say otherwise.
Loads of love for this collection, by the way. Just as Craig's sticking the dies down onto the decoupage pieces there. Got the Caring Thoughts collection. Love it, says Marianne. Jean Marie saying, so love this collection. Can't praise the team enough for such a wonderful collection. Yeah, this flew out the door at launch. So pleased that we managed to be able to bring it back to you with all of the paper pads as well. Faye just saying, I used that cut and emboss folder to make a frame for a picture of my grandson. It's gorgeous, absolutely stunning. Cheryl saying, cut and emboss folders are so amazing. And Linny on Facebook saying, I love this cut and emboss folder for the top of boxes as well. Yeah, absolutely. They are brilliant for that. I just think as a collection, if your budget stretches today, you are buying something which you'll come back to time and time again. You've got, what I love about this one as well is, you get a lot as far as the paper pads and the vellum pads and everything's concerned too. So you get so much. You know, and as I say, normally I say make sure you get more paper pads. I'll say it again at this point, but you do get a lot within this collection as well as far as the paper pads and vellum are concerned. So get it in your basket, get it checked out. Do not miss out on this collection. It is much loved and super versatile as well. When you got all the decoupage in here as well, for goodness sake. Exactly. You've got a bit of everything, Craig, haven't you, really? Yeah,
when it comes to decoupage, in the past what we've done is decoupage elements have been separate. So whether it was the rose, the spray, anything like that, but now what we've done is we've brought in the decoupage into a Sarah's Signature collection. So you've got that option. Within the dies as well, they all deboss, so you don't just have to use the paper pads or the downloadable version anyway. If you wanted to use the die straight onto pattern paper, you could do. Or on one of the shows, I'm not sure if it was me and you, Ben, or myself and Joe, I die cut these into black cardstock and then I went over with silver Gildan wax.
Oh, not me,
and
I remember that.
Pulled out all the debossed images.
Nice.
It looked exquisite. But now what you're going to do is I'm going to pop these out. And because I love decoupage so much, and I have done these ones so much, I know exactly which one is layer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., etc. But what we can then do is if you wanted to, then you could just position them, take out layer 1, set it to the side, layer 2, layer 3, etc.
Did you say the dies are numbered on the back as well?
Yes, they are.
I did not know that. That's super handy.
Yeah, they are. Did you not know that? No.
No, it makes it really, really easy, doesn't it, for anyone who's never
Really
done it before?
easy.
Really simple.
So what I'll do, we've just got a little bit of time, so what I'll do is I'll bring in this main one anyway, and I don't know, Charlotte, if we're able to get in, who am I kidding, with our technology and Charlotte at the helm, of course we will.
What are you asking for?
Going in really close in a moment. So where my fingernail is, so I will move it in a moment. So where my little pinky is, can we see that we've got that embossed? I'm going to turn it that way so you see it. That embossed number 1.
Got ya.
Look at that. So each of these dies, so number 1, the other one has number 2, number 3, etc., etc. So that just layers over layer number 1. Die number 2 goes over die number 2. So you've got that full step-by-step if you ever do get stuck. But then what we can do is let's bring in these components now. And I am going to bring in my foam pads. So let's bring these ones in. I'm going to chop a couple of these larger ones down, and it's as simple as layering them up. So what I'm going to do as well with this one is I am going to give it a bit of shape with my finger. You can shape it with your ball tool if you want, but I'm going to take the backing off. And then what you can do is all that you're doing is you're just layering them up straight on top of each other. So finding the corresponding layer and popping it on top. So we can take our next one and once again layer it up. But the other good thing that I love about this one, and it reminds me of the little books that Hunky Dory do, and that's that you have these layers, which I think, the top of my head, is it 7 layers within these ones. But you could do more. If you wanted to die cut another set of layers, Ben, then what you could do is you could chop into them, cut into them, and create all your little accent layers if you want to. So what would be 7 layers can then potentially go into 9, 10, 11 layers if you want to. It's entirely up to yourself. But what we can do is layer this one into here. Let's bring in this one. We'll do this one to finish off. So working it around, seeing where it goes, placing it on, and then we'll just do this last one here. I'm not going to do these little foliage leaves.
Ain't got time.
We ain't got time.
We've got to get the demo of the show announced. We've got to get the winner of our first prize announced. I mean, it's all go. It is all go.
Isn't it? All go. So then what we can do is let's bring in our original layer that we've got here. So what we can then do, even then with my fingers, add a little bit of shape to it. And then I'm going to go around with my tape runner and I'm going to go just around the edges. That can then sit down into here. Don't worry if you cover any of the sentiment because you're still going to be able to see it. Bringing in a bow. I've already got my adhesive on the back. That is the organza ribbon from the set. And something that's very, very simple, but how lovely and meaningful is this card as well. Looks like that it's taken you ages to create, whereas it's not really. Few layers die cut, layering up. The only thing that would take a wee while is if you choose to use our glue gel instead, let it dry. Other than that, really quick, simple, but unbelievably elegant.
It's a do you know what? You just said it. Unbelievably elegant. It is a gorgeous example of what you can create with this collection. And for that price today, I think it really is a steal of a buy. Budget stretches, go for it. You will not regret it. And actually, take note of what Aisha is saying. I'm learning just to buy the entire collection at once. I bought a couple of paper pads and ended up placing another order for the dies. Then I placed an order with the envelopes and the vellum pad. I just should have bought them all at once. Yeah, absolutely. Because, you know, I suppose over time, if you do go for individual elements, you will end up spending more money. So if budget does stretch, go for it. You'll love this collection. The Decoupage's Mary Pat 1000 is my favourite part of this collection. Absolutely genius to have cutting dies for lovely images and then to top it off with the syringe of glue. I was in heaven. Thank you for all of these lovely comments. Hopefully you have enjoyed the show. And by the way, there is still time for you to check out your basket, so make sure you do. I know a lot of you like to stay and watch all of the, all of the demonstrations and then check out your basket. So don't forget to do that. And of course, if you have just joined us late, you can watch this show back. You can watch all of our shows back on YouTube and on Facebook, and of course via our website too. Right, with about 3 minutes left, we have some business to take care of. What are we doing? What should we do first? Should we announce the demo of the show? All right, so the demo of the show, obviously that last demo was pretty superb, but obviously we didn't finish it in time. So I can tell you that the demo of the show is Number 1, the scrapbook page. That's 2 scrapbook pages. Yours versus Sarah's, the first 2 up. That's brilliant, Craig.
So nice, isn't it? Really, really nice when it comes to creating a scrapbook, when it comes to this collection as well. So meaningful, so thoughtful as well, and it's always nice to capture the memories, but in a really nice, elegant and subtle way.
Lovely. That will be going up on our Crafty Walk of Fame alongside Sarah's creation from earlier, whenever we actually manage to find out where that's gone. But before all that, as we said, it is National Craft Month. All this month, we are giving away a prize each and every day. So 31 prizes to give away. And all you have to do is comment during the show. So it's 1 show per day. As we're about to do now, we are drawing out the winners in the final show of the day to stand the chance of winning different prizes. This is the bundle today. I won't go through it all again, but I mean, you've got stamps in here, you've got elements from the Sharon Callis Butterflies and Blooms collection, you've got in here nesting dies, you've got corner dies, you've got stamps, and also this shutter card making kit. Thank you for all of the lovely comments. Thank you for all of the lovely comments that we have had today. But the winner is, and I apologise in advance to our winner if I don't pronounce your surname correctly, but I'm going to give it a go. Our winner, who commented earlier on YouTube, is Tammy Onufrychuk.
Ta-da!
Tammy, I apologise if I got your name wrong, your surname, but I tried my best. If you want to claim your prize, if you want to, of course you do. Claim prizes at crafterscompanion.com. Tammy, just email us and we will do all of the rest, and let me know if I was close with your surname as well. Well, what a day. The first day of our brand new schedule. I've really enjoyed it. Just about got used to the different shows, but that's how it's going to work. We will be back together tomorrow, won't we?
We are, and I believe you're going to be joining me again for Wake Up Call tomorrow. Is that correct?
I am going to be joining you tomorrow morning for Wake Up
Bob?
Calls. Try it Tuesday, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I believe, now I don't know, but you're going to teach me to do something.
Well, I'm going to teach you, here's something a bit cryptic. I'm going to teach Craig to do something that I used to do, which I've mentioned that I used to do, but I haven't done it for a long time. So I'm going to have to try and remind myself how to do the thing that I'm going to try and teach him to do, but I haven't done it for ages. So I might end up not being able to do the thing that I've got to teach him to do when we do it tomorrow and try it Tuesday. So it might be a disaster.
I hope you're not going to explain it that fast. Nope.
I'll slow it down. I'll slow it down tomorrow. Hey, listen, we will see you tomorrow for Wake Up Call with Craig and loads more other goodies. We've got a craft along coming your way tomorrow, of course. Janet's going to be here for that Nitwit Positivity craft along. Really looking forward to that. All that to come. But for now, enjoy the rest of your Monday, and we will see you tomorrow here at Crafters TV. Bye for now.
Bye.